What's going on, mi gente? Welcome to our segment of Miguel and Kay Chats. I am Miguel.
I'm Kay.
And today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 things that we wish we knew before getting into the financial industry.
Yondo.
Yeah. The one thing to understand is there are multiple ways to get into the field, and we didn't really know that. But the first things first is you really need to assess your financial situation. So, what that means is, do you have a savings account? If you're a career changer, you're going to need a pretty big savings account because, you're going to need to pay your bills. You need to make a living still.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one.
Like, what connections do you have if you're going to get into the industry? Some places will just hire you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Some you might need to, apply for or check your connections. Work your way, shimmy your way into whatever it is that you're going to do. And also think about if you're fresh out of college, maybe you intern someplace, or maybe you're looking at places and scoping them out to see what their brand is like and what they offer you, what they can do.
Or maybe you didn't even graduate college and you don't have any experience in the field and you're just kind of coming out of nowhere. Then you need to find out, like, okay, so what place is going to hire me? What can I do to make myself hireable?
Mm-hmm.
You just need to figure out how you're going to get into the field.
A big thing to realize and to know too as well is there's different kinds of employment, I guess you could say, because some are going to offer you a 1099 contract, which basically means that you're on your own. You pay yourself. You kind of do your own thing. You're not an employee to that company. Being a W-2 employee, which is what you get, a little paper on there that says W-2, and they tell you when to be there, what time to be there, and all that. But if you're 1099, you're basically self-contracted. You're all you. It's all you on your own. So those are big differences. Depends on what interests you the most. So know how to get in there. The second one that we have here is to know who. Like, that's just kind of leading into what we were just saying. Like, know who is going to offer you what, because there's a bunch of different ways that you can go about talking about it. So, or go about getting into it. So picking your entry into the field, like a salary. Some offer you a salary career development, or offer you salary career development programs, which would basically pay you to learn as you're in the field and you're getting used to it and work in the operations and doing whatever it is that gets involved with it. There's a lot of different ways to go about that.
Yeah, I mean, the big examples for those are typically like bigger companies, like the bigger brand names that you know about, like Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, I think maybe Prudential. They have like career development programs where they pay you a salary while you're studying for your licenses, because you're going to need to get a life insurance, you're going to need to get a Series 6, you're going to need to get it just depends
SIE
on
and do all
that.
that.
The SIE, it just really depends on what the company expects from you as well. But yeah, so like those bigger companies, those bigger brand names, they have more funds, I think, that way to help pay for your learning. But another avenue is through draw salary. I don't know if you're familiar with draw salary. I know I wasn't familiar with draw salary, especially coming from medical field. Like, draw, what does that even mean?
But basically, like, when you just sum it up, if you don't know what it means, a draw salary basically means you just pay it back. They pay you, and then you use that money to make more money, and then you pay that money back. Whatever you make, if you make the excess amount, then you get the difference.
But if you don't make that money in commission, like if you don't match the salary they're paying you in the commission that you're generating with your sales, then
you gotta pay it back, and you basically don't make money.
You just don't get your salary anymore. So that can be really tricky, especially if you're new to sales and if you're not comfortable with sales. So that's definitely something you need to think about, right? And then, like, the last one, which is pretty popular,
the most common,
and it is the easiest way to get into the field, would be, commission only.
Commission only.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah. And what does that mean? It means you don't get paid, you don't get a salary, you're really just on your own. when it comes to studying for your licenses. And you don't. So when you come to this field, you learn a lot about prospecting, getting leads and stuff like that, because
with your warm market.
Yeah, with your you talk so much about your warm
You're not
market.
even gonna get into the warm market.
So much about your warm. I'm so sick of the term warm market. If I hear warm market one more time, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
But basically, your warm market is a phone book. Maybe travel back to early 2000s with yellow pages, and there's your warm market right there, because that's what that is. It's just a list of names, list of addresses, list of emails, list of phone numbers of just random people that you have to call and ask if they want your product.
I know I haven't talked to you since 2011, but I have this great financial product. Oh, you're brand new into the industry? No, I'm not gonna give you my money.
Yeah, exactly.
But
didn't you just
work with a Fortune 100 company?
Yeah, didn't you just work at Bronson 2 weeks ago? Yeah.
But I'm a financial professional.
Yeah, but I promise I know what I'm doing with your money. But I know all about these products. No, it's stupid.
Anyways,
it's ridiculous.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
Not even gonna get into it. It's basically just to eat what you kill. You eat what you kill. You get something, and you end up getting a sale and some life insurance or some sort of financial product, whether it's life insurance or whether it's an investment or a rollover or whatever. After you get those licenses, and you get paid for it. It's cool. Some people can do it. Others can't,
Exactly. But that's where it kind of goes back to, knowing your connections, right? So, if mom or dad makes a ton of money and they need a 401k rollover, or they want to, I don't know, if they need a life insurance policy, or they have friends, like affluent friends, it just comes down to who you know.
Yeah. And the one thing I would recommend going into commission only, if you decide to go that route, is to just plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. Don't blow up your friends and family trying to get them to buy policies from you or roll over their money.
It's because it's embarrassing, one, and two, you just feel like a crappy person. I mean,
it's I want them to want me.
Yeah.
So just plant the seed. Say, hey, this is what I'm doing now. If you do know anybody, start working that referral business right there. Get them to want to refer you, because they're like, he's not super salesy, she's not super salesy, they're not just trying to sell me stuff, they're actually in this to help.
But that is going to take time, right? This is not a get money quick business with your warm market. That's a common misconception, right? When you go into the financial industry, you're like, ooh, there's no ceiling on my salary, I'm gonna make so much money, blah blah blah. Yeah, not with your warm market, because that's kind of when you learn the difference between qualified leads or stuff like that. And your warm market, those aren't qualified leads. Those aren't hot, ready leads for you that are just ready to buy. That's just like Miguel said. That's just an audience that you have to plant a seed, and you're gonna have to take time, lots and lots of time. How long were you in the industry before people started reaching out to you?
Yeah, it was over a year after the 1 year mark. Then people were like, oh, he's still in it, and they start texting me questions like, hey, what's a Roth IRA, or hey, do you have money invested in here, or hey, what kind of life insurance policy do you guys offer, because they know that now that I'm into it and that I'm doing stuff, it's more into it. But now I'm not even commission only, so now I actually work with a small firm that's growing very quickly, and it's a lot better deal than the commission only style. So time is money. Just remember that your time is money, and if you are a 1099 contract, focus on yourself. Make sure you can pay your bills. Make sure you can eat, because they do not care if you can't eat or you can't go all in on that, because you don't have a big savings account that you can just spend months and months and months. If you can, good on you. That's good. Some people have those resources. We did not.
We did not, and that's exactly why that was not the route or the model for us. And that's okay. That's okay. You just have to know what your resources are. You need to know your financial situation, like we said before, and if this is something that you can do, if you have that big savings account, or if you have the extra money to put aside to buy yourself leads to get the money quick, then that's different. That's going to change your situation. That was not our case.
Maybe we'll do a video about specifically the commission only model and what to prepare for, how to get into it.
Right, yeah. Like if you're going into a big company like that.
Yeah. So that's that. And the third point that we're gonna touch on as the last one is to know why. So knowing your why, knowing why you're getting into it, understanding why you chose to get into the financial world in the first place.
And you have to know that finances are boring.
It is not that fun.
Yeah, it's not exciting. It's not like you're running a code on somebody, like, for me, coming from healthcare, it's not going to keep you on your toes. IRAs, taxes, what all of
rollovers,
these
401ks, SEP IRAs,
different insurances, like whole life versus term life. Come on, like those are not exciting. They're not going to keep you on your toes. They're not going to keep you up at night like, oh, I can't wait to learn more about this. Can't wait to learn more about that.
Gosh, I just want to know so much about my IRA and how much to invest tomorrow. But that's also the benefit, though.
Yeah, because not many people want to do this stuff, but you are one of the select few that does. Because why? You want to know how money works. Because why? Because that's how you're going to get rich. It's how you're going to make money. You need to understand how money works in order to make money yourself.
Exactly. The rich get rich for a reason. They know different tax benefits. They know where to invest their money. They know who to talk to invest their money. They know like the kind of benefits in the insurance and investing and financial planning. So that's why we got into this industry. Yeah. Especially coming from where we come from. So. Won't get into all that in this video, but maybe another one. So knowing that, and knowing that if you are a person that really wants to get into the industry, you have to
know, like the average financial advisor is like what,
53-year-old Caucasian
53-year-old, 53-year-old white man.
So you can tell I'm not Caucasian. We're not Caucasian, but
not a male.
Wait, I'm a male.
I hope you're a male.
Yeah. But
that's what to tell me?
Yeah, I've been holding out on you for a while.
Alright.
Anyways, so I know from my personal why, personally getting into it is, I come from a third world country where money is scarce in some aspects. I've seen very, very, very little amount of money to no money, and even kids who have no money, or on the streets, and that you don't see that as much here in the United States, just little babies that are living on the streets and whatnot. But coming here to the US is the biggest blessing, because being able to be part of this capitalistic country where you can there's no cap on your money, you can learn so much, you have the same advantages as everyone else to have unlimited amount of income and be able to help and give like no one else ever gave.
I personally, I mean, we're going to talk about why. Why I got into the field is because, I didn't come from a background with money. Neither of us came from a background with money. I had no idea what the word invest, I don't even think I said the word invest until maybe college or something. That might have been the first time I ever heard that.
You just really want to always remember your why when it gets difficult, when it starts getting tricky and you're wondering why you're even in this, why you're trying to learn about this stuff. It's because you have the advantage of knowing how money works, how the rich get richer, how wealthy people manage their money. If you want to get wealthy, do what wealthy people do. It's just that back. Study money. Talk to an advisor. Talk to someone. A smart investor pro, like what Dave Ramsey always mentions, are great people to talk to too. And that's actually who my mentor is. He is certified Smart Investor Pro, which is why this company is growing so much. So I'm learning so much from this man and how he does it and how he interacts with people and how he helps people get out of their difficult situations, become debt free. And that's the blessing that I want to be able to provide to my friends and my family when they ask me for money tips or money guide, like whatever, so.
So know how you're going to get into the field, know who you're going to get in the field with, and know why you're getting into the field. Those are really the 3 key things that you need to figure out before you just start applying like crazy.
And taking the first thing that comes to your attention.
Because the first thing usually, in my case, it has never been the best case. It's never been the best scenario,
Yeah,
you know?
do your homework, do some research, ask people, and you interview them. They do not interview
Yes.
you.
Right.
So,
Because you are an asset. You are the one that's going to be bringing in money to this company. So you need to remember that you are the key here. So, yeah.
Good luck to you if that's what you're getting into. If you guys do want to find out more about us, you can go to my website at lifeofmar.com, and I'll put it in the description below.
You can go to my website as well, kaylaaadominguez.com, and I share a lot of different things on there. If you want to learn more about me and all that, I have a couple blogs on there.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys want to keep watching more. Connect
Follow me
with
on
us.
Instagram.
Yup, and connect with us on there, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Ciao.